This was a really popular request from a lot of you, and given that I just got married, I figured that I'd share a little insight as to how much I spent on a wedding ring. I'll dispel some myths and give you several hacks to get the best bang for your buck. Now, I know that purchasing a wedding or engagement ring can be costly, time-consuming, and stressful. For all you watching this right now, I'm confident that there's an inner budget counter in you. Do I spend more on the ring and sacrifice some features of the wedding, or vice versa? How much should I spend on a wedding ring that doesn't make me look cheap? I'm gonna answer all those questions and more, but hey, if this sounds like valuable information to you, do me a solid and drop a like. And if this is your first time, consider subscribing to the channel as well. Without further ado, let's get into it. So before we get started, you probably want to know how much everyone else is spending on a wedding ring, so the average amount spent in 2020 was $3,756. However, the average amount spent on a wedding and engagement rings has decreased significantly from $7,829 in 2018. These are only averages, however. While some couples prefer to spend somewhat less, others tend to spend significantly more. You must choose how much to pay by consulting your spouse and, perhaps more importantly, your wallet. What does this ring mean to the both of you? How much value do you place on this symbol? Are you a younger couple just getting started with your lives with a lot of school debt, or perhaps are you both tenured in your careers with a lot of money in the bank? These are questions that I heavily considered with my wife when deciding on a budget for the ring. Before I budgeted for the ring, I first weighed a lot of things, such as how much our wedding and honeymoon might cost, how much an apartment in a decent neighborhood might cost, moving expenses, and my projected income. After about 2 weeks of solid budgeting, I came up with a figure of $6,000 and told my girlfriend at the time that she could look for anything as long as it came close to that number. From there, we went to several different ring stores, both online and in person, to try different metals, diamond shapes and settings, and ring types. In our experience, it helped to first set our budget and then see what type of ring fit within that budget. Now, when creating a budget for the ring, the size of the center stone is simply one factor that is important when it comes to the entire cost. The diamond's cut, color, imperfections, and the gems surrounding details like a halo or some other smaller stones included in the design can change the price significantly. Different metals will vary in price, with silver typically being the cheapest, with gold and platinum being the more expensive options. Obviously, buying name brands like Tiffany's will drive up the price significantly, so if you're operating from a tighter budget, I'd forgo the name brand. Now, there are several myths surrounding wedding ring prices that I'm sure you've heard of. Well, my job is to dispel that. I'm pretty sure that you've heard you should spend 3 months of wages when buying a ring. This may be obvious to you, but this is so outdated. I shared stats earlier on how the average cost of engagement rings has gone down significantly, and that is a definite reflection of a culture shift. You no longer have to spend 3 months of salary, especially in times of rampant inflation where the cost of goods and services is skyrocketing. It's already costing so much more money just to live nowadays, so make sure that you consider this when setting your budget for the ring. The X number of months wage guideline is the most prevalent fallacy about wedding or engagement rings. To make it simple, I recommend that people use 1 or 2 months of pay as a quick hack if you don't want to go through the trouble of budgeting out your life expenses months and even years in advance. Let's take the scenario of you earning $5,000 each month before taxes. Calculate your after-tax income, as this is your disposable income, and create a budget from there. Working as a nurse in California, and that being my sole income source at the time, my budget came down to about 1 month's worth of salary after taxes, or $6,000. Now, I know that the focal point of many engagement rings is the center stone, which most often is a diamond. Now, I'm going to give you some hacks when looking for diamonds to get the best bang for your buck. First, a very popular style is a halo setting, and this gives an appearance of a much bigger stone because the center stone is surrounded by smaller diamonds, which are much cheaper. For example, you could create something like a 2-carat look with just a 1.3 carat center stone and a halo setting for several $100 savings. Now, my second hack has to do with the size of the diamond. Studies have shown significant savings by getting a slightly smaller diamond if looking at whole carats. So what I mean by this is, for example, let's say that you want to purchase a 1-carat diamond. You could save hundreds and sacrifice extremely little in terms of size just by getting a 0.9 carat diamond. My third hack has to do with manipulating the color, cut, and clarity, especially if size is your primary concern. When my wife and I were ring shopping, her primary concern was an oval shape, a 2-carat plus diamond, and a yellow gold band. My jeweler immediately told me that the first thing I could sacrifice was color. Since you have a yellow gold band, a more colored ring, which more often than not is a slight yellow hue, will be unnoticeable. Also, natural light is yellow tinged already, so no one will be able to tell the difference in color unless under a microscope with bright white light. Looking for color grades K, L, or M may actually save you a lot of money, especially when you're looking for a gold ring. Also, looking for a diamond with slightly more inclusions or imperfections can help drive down the cost as well. The fourth hack is to buy a lab-grown diamond. These diamonds have an identical molecular makeup as a natural diamond, but cost at least half the price. Not only do they not look different to the eye, but there are also no differences under a microscope. If sustainability is a major factor in your decision, then I would highly recommend going the lab-grown route. So anyways, that takes us to the end of this video. I hope you got a lot of information about the ring buying process, especially if you are confined with a tighter budget and want to get the most value for your money. Remember guys, this ring is a symbol. Don't get caught up in feeling any less about yourself if you're not able to splurge on a ring. While this is such a beautiful representation of your unique love story and future that you are building with your special someone, I just want to be the person to tell you to look practically at purchasing a ring as well. Hey, it's smart and sexy to save for your future, and it starts with perhaps your first big purchase in your lifelong journey together. Anyways, if you got any value from this video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. For more personal finance hacks, budgeting tips, stock advice, and so much more, I'm your guy. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.